What am I going to do whenever that intro song changes? I don't know. I'll have to come up with a new dance. Hello, hello, and welcome to After Takes with your host Keegan. And on this is Retrieving Sanity's After Takes because we just got done with an awesome interview. And holy cow, man, that was so cool. So if you didn't watch it, you should definitely go back and check the live stream, whether it be on Facebook, YouTube. Speaking of, I need to go over to Facebook to make it public because y'all know the deal. Facebook and Riverside don't like me for some reason. So, anyways, with that being said, he has one hell of a story, and I don't say that lightly. Or maybe no, I don't, because uh, everyone that I speak to has an amazing story, and this one just blows me away because I've had to deal with a very, 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 very tiny, itsy bitsy infinitesimally small fraction of what he has experienced. I could only say I shattered part of my femur and couldn't walk for like 6 months. And even that is like, that sucked. But no, like anything that he had experienced was just astounding. I can't even imagine experiencing what he did. Well, not what he did. I mean, I played football and I got more tackled than I did any tackling. Let's be real. I'm small. And so, anyways, if you don't know, again, Kenneth or Ken was playing football at Cornell, and well, he broke his neck, and then wound up being a quadriplegic. And guess what? He went on to do some really amazing things. And these kind of things are why we are able to actually sit there and have like handicap spots and little ramps and stuff for like people on wheelchairs and sidewalks and parking lots and all these other things that we take for granted. I take for granted a lot because it's one of those things that I don't have to utilize it. So I see it, and some people say, "Ooh, handicap spot. Oh, I'll park right here where I don't belong." And then cause a huge nuisance for someone that actually really needs it. And then they get mad whenever it's like, oh, there's a spot, so I took it, and I don't see a name on it. Yeah, you don't see a name on it because it's a fucking placard that says handicap. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss there. I do actually get really mad whenever I see people that are parked in handicap spots that shouldn't be in there. So don't park in a handicap spot unless you need to. If you need a handicap spot and you have everything, like you are like certified handicap, is that a thing? I don't know. But anyways, I digress. His story is filled with resilience, and not only that, but compassion, and compassion for others, compassion for self. And I mean, it's one of those that had I not talked to him, it would be another one of those like, oh, cool, like an inspiring story. But he has so much spirit in him. Like some of my guests don't like I don't know if like some of my guests are like super serious all the time. Like they just want to be like, mm-hmm, yeah, done. And I'm there's nothing wrong with that. Like that is just who they are. That's how they present themselves. And sometimes it's just nerves, you know. I mean, I'm sure that I look back at my podcast and I'm like, oh, that is very, very cringe, or I didn't know what I was doing. Sometimes I look back and I go, huh, I said that. Weird. But Kenneth's story is one that's filled with being able to sit there and say, yeah, I said that. I did that because who else would have done it? And so he actually narrated his own book, which the book is hang on. I'm pulling it up because my brain is not nearly as good as I would like for it to be on names. So it is titled I Dream of Things That Never Were, the Ken Kunken story. And it I'm telling you right now, you should get that book. I'm going to get that book. You should get it too because it's just dude, what? Like, I spoke to this guy for an hour, more than. Ugh. Pardon me. Lots of water. Um, and so I spoke to him for an hour, right? And that was the thing. Like, I looked up and it was like 33 minutes, and I was like, oh no, we've touched the surface. Like, you know, sometimes whenever I'm interviewing a guest, sometimes it's like, all right, 30 minutes. How do I keep this conversation going? sometimes. And then other times it's like, how do I get this conversation to stop at a good point? And I couldn't find one until near the end, whenever he got to talk about his pride and joys, his triplet sons. So yeah, that is way too cool. And he's got a wife, and I mean, dude, they've got to be like the powerhouse couple, and to have three triplet boys, like, and they're all in martial arts, taekwondo, second degree black belts. Like, that is way too cool. And he narrated his own audiobook. So if you watch our episode and you go get his book, it's just so cool, because I want to experience it, because I know after speaking to them about how hard it was for him to actually narrate it and record it and everything, that just makes me admire it that much more, because he wrote it, he narrated it like a quadriplegic did that. And like, oh, that is an achievement, a monumental achievement, and it's something that I think everyone should take a part of and be joyful for, because without him, we wouldn't have a whole lot of these really awesome just conversations about inclusion and being able to just have people live up to their potential and not sit there and belittle them and push them down all the time. And that's the thing, is that he didn't listen. He was stubborn. And I love that. Him and I would get along in that regard, or we might butt heads, but he is absolutely, really, really, absolutely inspiring. And I know I'm going around in a circle with this one, but I just had a bunch of fun. And I mean, I have fun with every single guest that comes on, but this one was a little bit different, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I'm really stepping into my podcaster self. Maybe it's because I'm really just growing as a person. Maybe it's because I am just also, I don't know. I don't know. This one was just different for some reason. And maybe it's because I have the stress of like, oh, hey, like I have to redo a lot of my episodes because the audio wasn't good for the TV. So it was like, hey guys, why didn't y'all tell me that sooner? I definitely would have done that. I would have got it fixed a long time ago. Why didn't you say anything? And they're like, oh, we just heard about it yesterday. And I'm like, oh, um, uh, when do files need to be updated and stuff? I still don't know. It Retrieving Sanity is supposed to air tomorrow on TV, and they need replacement files, and I don't know which ones they need. I don't even know which ones they have. That's the problem. I'm like, I don't know which ones are y'all trying to use. Let me know, and I will do my best to absolutely fix it. And I didn't get anything, so I was like, I'm just going to work on one that I know is not good. And even that one, I fixed it up as best as I could, but that microphone right up there screwed me over. So I got this nice new one, the Maono PD400X with crow feathers. The crow feathers didn't come with the microphone. I found them on Nature Hike. So, yeah. Anyways, no, Ken's story is one that is going to go down in the ages as very important for just society in general. And that's maybe why it's so compelling to me on this one, because whenever we speak to other authors or just inspiring stories in general, yeah, each one is going to have an impact on the world, every single one of them. And it's going to have a ripple effect to where we'll never know the exact extent to which one person's story did so much. But that's the thing, is that his story has some of those elements in there. We can say this is when this happened, this is what he did with it, and this is the results of all of that. And so if you like seeing handicap stuff, or maybe not, but if you can appreciate the handicap stuff, and if you can appreciate inclusion, diversity, and all that, and equity and everything, then oh yeah, he is one of the people to thank for that. And that just makes me feel really special, because I got to interview that, and his spirit was contagious. And I mean, he was just a bubbling ball of joy. I don't know if that's like a compliment to some people, but bubbling ball of joy is a compliment now. So, Ken, you're a bubbling ball of joy as well as the indomitable advocate. And oh yeah, we also played a game with him. We did make it a little bit lighthearted, and holy cow, he was so good on his feet. But I just looked at we are at 10 minutes. I said we're going to keep to about 10 minutes for the aftertake. So we're going to go ahead and leave this one here. Make sure to check out the YouTube channel for the live stream or Facebook, but you shouldn't be on my Facebook. If you're on my Facebook, cool. If not, hi. But oh, we're going to try to figure out how to start streaming on TikTok a little bit more and do some interesting things there. But otherwise, you can find us over at retrievingsanity.com. We're rebuilding the website right now as we speak, as well as trying to get every episode remastered. So I don't know, it's important, but they're all important. I gotta take care of them little by little, but gotta learn how to juggle a whole lot. Speaking of, I need to take up Xander's juggling class again. See, I just have so much that I need to do with the guests. Guests give me homework. I thought I was done with homework. Guests give me homework to do. This is fun. I love it. Anyway, so with that, we're going to be headed on out. We're going to make some dinner here in a minute. I hope you have a great night. I hope you have a great whenever you're going to watch this end of aftertakes. So you better watch it. Share it with friends. Share it with family. Maybe not this one, but Retrieving Sanity in general. Don't forget, we're going to have SJ Tucker on in the future. And as always, much love. Shalom. No, wait. Shalom. And then hold it for a second so that whenever it cuts out, I'm just looking at the camera.